Assalamu alaikum, namaste, hotep, shalom alaikum, peace. This is Tracy Lene Muhammad, and I wanted a few minutes of your very valuable and your very precious time to share with you what literally how the light bulb came on for me this morning as it relates to daylight savings time and why we have it. And I take my youngest daughter to school every morning, and this morning, in her very teenage way, she says, "Why is it still so dark inside?" It was like 7 in the morning. "Why is it still so dark inside?" I said, "Because the sun is furthest away from us." And it's like I must have retained that information years ago because it just came out of my mouth. And I pride myself with my children. And I don't know something, I go, "I don't know." I don't pretend like I know everything, because to me, it doesn't make sense to say I know something I don't know and start making shit up, because when they find out that I just made it up, it ruins my credibility. Like with my children, they think for some odd reason that I'm like a drama queen, but not in the drama queen way where I start shit, but in the way where I overreact to everything, which I really don't, or that I'm animated, or that I say the first thing out of my mouth, which I truly don't. I've heard that a lot in life where people say, "You just say the first thing that comes to your mind," and I truly don't. So can you imagine what really comes to my mind? If you think I'm saying the first thing that comes to my mind, I can imagine what comes to my mind first. Anywho, back to the daylight saving time. So I said, well, we're furthest away from the sun now, so we don't have the light from the sun. And that's why it's darker and why it's colder, because we're not getting the energy from the sun. And that's why people get kind of in the winter more. They call it seasonal blues or something like that. And I didn't say it like that, like it's not a big deal, because depression is a big deal. And I would never make fun of it. I have been depressed before, but my depression was not clinically diagnosed, and I was able to move out of depression by, one, sticking up for myself, drinking plenty of water, and changing my diet, because my depression was created from conditions that I could change. So I'm not making fun of depression. So back to rajii. So I said, and then it started coming to me. I was like, because I get why they changed the clocks now. Because at first I didn't understand why I changed the clock. Just tell people to come into work earlier. But even if you, or later in the winter time, just say, instead of coming to harvest these crops at 6 a.m., come in at 8. But then they lose 2 hours. And then it's getting dark earlier. So that's why they do the daylight saving time. So I understand that because we don't farm the way we did, they're about to do away with daylight saving time. But I finally understand it at 53 years. So that means I've had 53 daylight saving times and just went along with it because it is what it is, and really didn't understand it cognizantly. Obviously, they probably taught me that and I just didn't pay attention. But I understand it now. I also came to tell you to take a few minutes of your valuable and your precious time to tell you my hat is back. I wear this hat for the last, Taraji's 14. So for the last 13 years, this is my winter hat. And one year, I couldn't find it for a long time. I think they tried to hide it from me because they don't like it. But I found it. And I found it on accident, because where they put it in a spot where they thought I wouldn't look, because my husband had a bin of stuff. And I looked in that bin because I was going to steal one of his hoodies. And I looked in that bin, and there was my hat. My very favorite in the whole wide world hat. Every winter you see this hat. I don't care if people don't like it. I like it. That's another thing I came to tell you. Quit worrying about whether other people like something that you like. You can like it. You get to be who you are. When you show up authentically as who you are, then your tribe comes to you. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. But we're perfectly being ourselves when we even allow our flaws to show. This thing on here kind of keeps wonkying around. But you don't need to look at me the whole time anyway. So if it falls again, I won't worry about it. Ooh, look at that. Because you can see the blueness of the sky now. It's like 7:30 in the morning here in Virginia, and because we're furthest away from the sun right now, it's colder. It's a lot colder now, and darker. And a lot of times when it's colder and darker, people don't feel as good. So my humble suggestion would be to meditate more now. to go outside and breathe in the fresh air. I know it's colder, but it's something tingly about breathing in fresh air. To change your diet to the foods that work, those comforty foods, but don't sit there and eat too much of it, because that won't be good for your health. And just kind of explore what you're feeling. I think a lot of times we try to stop the feelings at the door, like, nothing, you cannot get in. But instead of doing that, it's probably better to allow those feelings to come in and sit for a while and tell you what they're trying to tell you, because sometimes they just want to be heard. A situation that you might have blocked in the back of your mind, it just wants to be heard and released. I do that a lot, and I promise you it feels really, really, really good. So just wanted to spend a few moments with you as I get back into coming on YouTube and sharing my thoughts, because I am a person that believes that each person on this planet has something that they can share with somebody else that can help you grow your own self, because your own self is all you have. You might as well believe in yourself. This is what I said to myself the other day when I was making the gift baskets, and the little negative monster wanted to come in and say, ain't nobody gonna buy that shit. Don't nobody want that, girl. They can go to the Target and get that cheaper. And I thought, yeah, they probably could, because Target has a mass contract and they can get stuff for a penny, whereas I have to pay $10 or something. They can get it for a penny. So yeah, they could do that, but they might want to shop with a small business and have something personalized, so they might shop with me. So listen, Tracy, you might as well believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, what matter if somebody else does? I've decided to believe fully in myself and fully stand behind my product and my gifts and utilize them. And one of my gifts is the gift of speech, and I used to run from that. I was an actress for a little bit, but I was better than I allowed myself to be. And luckily for me, the professors at Howard University saw more in me than I saw in myself, and they pushed me as much as they could. But at some point, if I don't believe in me, you lose your fans and your supporters believing in you, because you got to believe in you. You are your biggest fan and your biggest supporter, and you're the one that can make it happen. So you go and enjoy this Friday and this weekend. Be blessed, be safe, be nice, be happy, be kind, be fun, be loving, be true to yourself. And you still have some new moon energy in Scorpio if you want to utilize it today to manifest some of the things that you want to see in your life. Oh, real quick, I resonated with this when I heard this on YouTube yesterday. Mark Houghton said that we really don't ever manifest anything, because everything is already here. We allow it into our space. When he said that, it made it easier for me to know, oh, I can have these things because it's already there. I'm just asking for it to come to me, and doing the things and taking the steps for it to come to me. That prayer, without works is dead. With faith without works is dead. And if praying and then doing nothing, that's not going to happen anyway. My personal expression of the Creator, the Divine Mother, Alofi, I do believe that every person that has a expression of the Creator is correct, because that's the tribe they belong to. And for me, I believe in the Divine Mother, Alofi. That's what I believe. And I believe that in that I come from the line of divine, and it's already been created, and I just have to take the steps and I will see those things. So manifesting it was harder for me, because I think from my brain, it made me think, I got to bring stuff out of the air. No, I'm allowing what's already been manifesting, just waiting for me. Have an amazing day. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, hotep, shalom alaikum. Peace out to Brooklyn and everywhere else.